When we started doing it, we had completely different ideas, and the Chinese proverb came true. If you set out without knowing where you're going, you end up somewhere else. Yes. So we set out to do completely different things. Which it became clear from the start couldn't happen. But since we had already started doing something, we kept going and ended up in this situation. What can I tell you? We went through quite a few, interesting ordeals. Water and sewer Varna helped us a lot, but we also helped them. We discovered a lot about ourselves. We got to know each other. And let me say a few words about cavitation. Actually, it all started from the need to treat the water in order to kill any phytoplankton present, and especially the Escherichia coli bacteria. It turned out there are several ways to do this. Currently they're killed using two modern methods. So this thing might actually cause a bit of a revolution and will be quite a setback for the Swedes. Right now, the Swedes are the leading company that destroys Escherichia coli bacteria using special ultraviolet lamps. And with a precisely defined wavelength, they kill these bacteria. But it turned out that it can be done in a much simpler and easier way. We ourselves were surprised, I have to tell you. We did not expect such an effect. What are we doing here? We're creating cavitation. Cavitation actually means a phenomenon in liquids where when they pass through a narrow pipe, their speed increases, and this sharply reduces the static pressure, causing the liquid to start evaporating. During this evaporation of the water, it evaporates at a low temperature. It can even evaporate at a temperature of just 1 or 2 degrees above zero. So during this evaporation, this process tears apart, kills bacteria and phytoplankton. We destroyed the phytoplankton very easily, but we had more problems with Escherichia coli. And then it occurred to us that we could actually do this thing. There's no need to throw chlorine into the pools, which irritates the skin, irritates the eye, right? And especially in pools that are used by a lot of people, they overdo it with the chlorine, because for those who own such pools, it's more frightening if some diseases start to spread. And we did this study. Actually, I was no longer involved in this facility. For me, it was just the idea of how to do it. By the way, I'm now bringing over from my school a PhD student from our department who will defend this doctoral dissertation. I have this thing. I want to explain now what cavitation is. It's a pipe well, a pipe that narrows, reducing its cross-section. That's how ejectors work. For example, ladies might remember that back in the day there were those perfumes when you squeeze one, you force air through a narrow space. The pressure drops sharply, the perfume is drawn in and applied to the body. It's exactly the same principle. So this isn't some amazing principle that we invented. We just figured out where else it could be applied. I hope this thing really does find a use. It could find an application, but very important for it to be used because it doesn't chemically treat the water. In other words, the water remains just as it is. It's interesting that during this evaporation, the molecules also get aligned. Water is a very interesting molecule, a dipole molecule. And during this evaporation, the molecules align themselves according to the Earth's magnetic field and begin to have a very beneficial effect on organisms. Not just on all living beings, including it's very good to water them with such water. That's what I call them in general. We conducted this experiment. As I told you, we set out in one direction, but it turned out there was a completely different place. I wish him success. We will always support him with scientific work whenever and wherever we can. So, the idea is one thing, but the realization is something completely different. And I have to tell you that bringing it to life is by no means an easy process. It is a very difficult and lengthy process. I congratulate those who have achieved it, and thank you for your attention.